Welcome, friends. Long time no see for some of you. We just got off of our monthly members Zoom chat. We had a great time, and there were how many boxes? There were 12 of us there. Well, I count as one of them. So there were 11 of us there. We had a great time, and thanks to everyone who's pulling not just double duty, but triple duty tonight. Triple duty because, as Coach Rob said, today is the Canuck Clay hat trick. I did my impromptu post-game live stream today at around 1:30, right after the Canucks won. And then I did my member Zoom chat at 8:30 tonight. And then I'm doing this stream right here, right now. So we'll have a lot of time to get to your questions. Yes, LA Women's Hoops. That end of that Cowboys 49ers game was crazy. And I said I think the umpire did a pretty good job. Short of, doing a running slide through Prescott's legs, through the center's legs, at the same time touching the ball, putting it down, and then coming out the other side of the 49ers D-line. But if you know what I mean, if you saw the game, then you know exactly what I mean. Okay, let's get going. I am Canuck Clay. I am the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. And this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary live stream for Sunday night, January the 16th. And if you're new, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. I want to say thank you to the moderators in advance. You guys know who you are. Well, you guys know because you have a wrench beside your name. And if it's a homophobic, racist, sexist, ableist, or in another language, you can delete it. If you're not sure, just leave it. I would say leave it for another moderator to worry about. So thank you in advance. Thanks to my sponsors, Perform and Transform, personal training and weight loss. Sign up now for a free 7-day trial. Use the link in my video description there, performandtransform.ca/CanuckClay. Thank you to Van City Experts Real Estate Group, Jason Lim and his team. As always, I appreciate them and how generous he is to me and the people on this channel. Thanks to Gassy Jack Art, making that fine artwork. And thank you to Monkey Nine Brewing, my eternal sponsor. Yeah, Angus, hang on to that question for sure. Well, that's good that you won 10-0. Nice. Hang on to that question, though, for when I get to questions by the 10-minute mark for sure. Members, thank you. I met a lot of them just about an hour ago. Thank you to my legendary members, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang. To my hero members, nucksfan number 29 and Carol Bovenlander. Hall of Fame members, Jens95, Simalexander, Chris Seifried, Adam Broomfield, Shannon Hollingworth, Hsmfangirl Gaming, smoovegroove, and Fung-Q. Thank you I gotta stop. I always giggle every time I say that guy's name. Thank you for your support, and thanks to franchise and all-star members as well. I appreciate all of you. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath this or my videos or the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. Finally, no matter where you're watching from, whether you're in my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston in Richmond, Lower Mainland, city, province, country, continent, or around the world, thank you for being here. You know I do not take you for granted. You know that I appreciate your loyalty. I know you could be watching, doing anything else, preparing for school, preparing for work, preparing to go to bed. But the fact that you are here, I appreciate you as we continue to build the best Canucks community here on YouTube. So while you're here, like this video. Like the fact that we're together, like the fact that it's Sunday night, like the fact that I look good, like the fact that you look even better, like the fact that the Canucks won today, first win of their road trip, like the fact that Pettersson scored 2 goals, like the fact that, as I titled this, is this the end of Pettersson's slump? No, Marcus, member live streams are franchise and up. So that's the two biggest differences between franchise and all-star. Franchise, you get once a month Zoom members chat, and then once a month members only members only ask me anything. Which reminds me, today I usually release my Ask Me Anythings on Sunday, but because of the post-game live stream and because of the member Zoom chat and because the Canucks aren't practicing tomorrow, I'm actually going to save those Ask Me Anything vlogs for tomorrow. So 2 will come out tomorrow, 1 for everyone on the channel and then 1 for members only. Okay, let me talk for 5 minutes about this game, and then I will turn it over to you. And for those of you that noticed, I'm going to do an impromptu contest at 10:40 p.m. tonight. Yes, very impromptu and something more creative today. It's just something a little different. So if you're around at 10:40, you have the best chance to win. So that's one way of getting you to stay if you want. But yes, at 10:40, I will be doing a quick contest on here. Let's talk about this game real quick. The Canucks win their first game of this tough 5-game road trip after losses in Florida, Tampa, and Carolina. They beat Ovechkin and the Washington Capitals. And as I mentioned, the things that I liked about this game are face-off winning percentage, once again, 59%. Our power play went 2 for 4. Petey scores 2 goals. Miller, Besser, and Pearson, that line dominated Washington when they're on the ice together. Didn't result in a lot of points, but their possession numbers were absolutely crazy. And I like Hughes' game as well. And I thought Demko played very well. Has he played poorly in the other 3? No, but he hasn't stolen a game for the Canucks. Very tough to do against some very tough teams. But Demko was full value for the win tonight, stopping 31 of 33 shots. A few things I didn't like. Didn't like our penalty kill. We went 0 for 2, or Washington went 2 for 2. Granted, they have some snipers on there in Ovechkin, in Backstrom, and even Tom Wilson. So you're almost grateful that the Canucks didn't take any more than 2 shorthanded opportunities, because Washington's power play is good. They're efficient. They move very quickly. Didn't like Kyle Burroughs' game. He only played 9 minutes, and yes, he's game. He had 4 hits, but a couple of times to make those hits, he put himself out of position. In fact, I think it was in the second, I remember one exchange where I think Ovechkin was on back-to-back 2-on-1s, and at least one, if not both of them, were because of a tricky Kyle Burroughs pinch. So not the greatest look, but so that was one other thing that I didn't like. And the last thing I'll talk about, and we'll lead into our discussion here, is Petey's slump over? And a couple people asked me in my live stream after the game, can we declare that Petey's slump is over, or does he still need to build his confidence? And I've made the point that I think both are possible. I think his slump could be close to over, yet he still needs to build his confidence. Of course, a 2-goal game will help with that. And I actually think playing on the wing instead of center, where there's less pressure on him. So really, you have Horvat as the center, Horvat carrying the puck. Petey can concentrate on getting himself open and burning up and down the wings as fast, or not so fast that he is. The 2 goals that he scored were really good. The power play one, I know all of us were yelling, shoot, but he held the puck, pulled it back, and then put it short side on Samsonov. So that was a really nice goal. And then, as Smoovegroove mentioned in my Zoom chat for members tonight, the second goal was kind of like a playoff type goal where you're mucking in front of the net, and Pettersson followed the puck to the side of the net, behind the net, kind of the behind the net, and put it off of Samsonov's back, which was a really, really heads up play by Petey. So my point is this. It's not either or. It's not either he's broken out of a slump or he still has to gain his confidence. I think it's both. It's both and. He's breaking out of a slump, and he still needs to gain some more confidence. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, I'm a minute early, but let's get into it. Let's go 30 minutes of Canucks and hockey-related questions. Then we'll do the contest, and then we'll end off with some Ask Me Anything, because I do want to finish by 11. I still got to get my steps, and I was cranking today between church and work and video editing, but I still have a bit more cranking to do. Angus, did you see the picture of Podkolzin with Ovi? I did see that. Great picture. I presume that was after the game, not before. Marcus said OEL quietly had a great game. He was solid. The only weird thing about OEL, he had 1 assist, was, do you guys remember when he was retrieving a puck when it was going left to right, and he went really slow? I'm not sure if he was trying not to get hit or if he was trying to play possum or whatever he was doing. But yeah, that was the only weird play, but I thought he was fine. Fangirl, do you think DiPietro gets NHL action while in the taxi squad? No, I don't. I think Demko will play tomorrow. I think Tuesday. I think Demko will play on Friday, and then Halak is back off of the COVID protocol. So I do not think DiPietro gets into NHL game action. Brian, Di Giuseppe's been doing well in Abbotsford. Do you think we'll see him anytime in the Canucks lineup? Brian, I think we'll see Di Giuseppe before we see a guy like Will Lockwood. So, yeah, if I don't want this to happen, but the COVID bug hits more than just Connor Garland, I could see Di Giuseppe maybe getting called up because once Chason gets hurt, he's probably next man up. I think. Not once if Chason gets hurt. Not that I want him to get hurt, but I thought Di Giuseppe was great in the preseason. FJS Zach Pettersson was great. I agreed today. I agree. Alfred, what's your score prediction for Tuesday's game? You know, the one day that I don't do a pregame video, the Canucks win 4-2. You guys know that's my favorite score prediction. So I'm actually gonna say they end off this road trip on a bang. I'm going 5-2 Vancouver. 5-2 Vancouver is my prediction for Tuesday. Kel, one game does not make a streak, so no, does not mean the slump has been busted. I want to see more before I declare a slump is over. That is a perfectly rational take. Fillmore, is it better for trades and hiring a new GM be done at the offseason? I think you can hire the new GM in season so you don't lose out on a good candidate. And I think you can make trades during the season, but yes, obviously the value gets inflated or deflated, however you want to think about it, depending on what side you're on. It's always trickier to make a trade at the trade deadline for sure, because all the prices do go up, but that's good if you're a seller, right? Jockball, do you think McDavid will ask for a trade? Do you think his talents are being wasted? So yes, I think his talents are being wasted, but no, I don't think he's going to ask for a trade. I don't know if he's a lifer, but tough to say. But I'd be getting a little frustrated if I was him though too. That's an interesting question. I think that's what Oilers fans are scared of for sure. Victor, I hope that Petey getting his confidence back. I didn't know that Garland had COVID. I think he's back next week. Yeah. False positive or false negative, I should say. Got tested before yesterday's game, positive, but then they got another result that said negative, so he played, and then he got positive again today. So hopefully that doesn't mean more positive for more Canucks players. Elias, do the Canucks have to send someone to the minors to call up Rathbone and to have him play? Yeah, your roster can only be 23 players. So right now, even with Garland out, did they have an extra forward today? I don't know if they did. So they might only have 21 on their roster. I think they have 12 forwards, 7 defensemen, and 2 goalies. So no, they don't technically have to send someone down, Elias. But that number changes every day depending on who's in COVID protocol and who isn't. Edmund, fair to say best game of the road trip? Yes. And Demko bounced back after 2-1. Yeah, and I wouldn't blame Demko for the losses, but he didn't steal any wins either. I think Tippett is the first coach fired of 2022. Perhaps Edmund, but Ken Holland's saying he's not going to fire him. Lucas, do you think Hallett will be traded or not be resigned after the season? I do not think he'll be traded, but I do not think he'll be resigned either. Terrence, when can Garland return back in the lineup? Depends when COVID protocol started, where he got tested, obviously the state. So likely he might be able to play after 5 days, depending on what the rules are in the States. But then I'm not sure if he's going to get dinged when he comes back over the border to Vancouver, if it's going to be another 5 or 10 days. I think it depends on what nationality you are as well. So we'll just have to stay on top of that story, Terrence, as we go. Peter, I feel like Canucks need a defenseman with a hard shot, especially a righty. I agree. And I guess I thought OEL was thinking about icing somehow. Yeah, maybe. Victor, will Ovi get Wayne Gretzky record? The more I see him play, the more I think he can. Coach Rob, Lucas, I thought we had Halak for 2 years. No, it's just a 1-year contract, Coach Rob. 1-year contract. Tasty Twins, who do you think the Canucks might acquire before the trade deadline? Tasty Twins, that depends on if they're going to be buyers or sellers, because if they're not in the hunt, I don't think they're going to acquire anyone, quite frankly. If they are in the hunt, it's so tough to say. Maybe they're going to another scorer and another right shot D, but you don't want to give away any prospects or picks, as Rutherford said he won't. Who's your favorite Canucks player? That FJS, that is Bo Horvat. Jogbar Bruce would love Rathbone's game. I think so too. And remember, Rathbone was hurt for a while, so I think he'll get a shot here sooner as opposed to later. Marcus, if no one has symptoms, why do we keep testing players every day? That's a really good question. I know a lot of the pro leagues have moved to not testing asymptomatic players. Fangirl, do you think that Alvin gets named GM in the next 2 weeks? Next 2 weeks, end of January? Yeah. I'm going to say by the end of January, we'll have a new GM. Victor, Ovi at 756, 894. He needs 138, so 40 goals next to 36 years old. Well, yeah, I think it's doable. And stretch that over 4 years, and he doesn't have to get 40 goals a year. He can get 30 goals a year. I think that's doable. Fillmore, growing up, did you get made fun of for liking the Canucks, especially when everyone either liked Flames or no? Not really, Fillmore. I made sure that I picked good friends. No, I actually don't remember a lot of people slagging me because misery loves company, right? Everyone that I hung out with was Canucks fans. Tasty Twins, was it a good idea to play Burrows instead of Hunt? I like Hunt's game better than Burrows, but I think Hunt struggled yesterday. So they're kind of equal in terms of impact for me. Easton, if the Canucks miss the playoffs, will Petey's slow start be one of the reasons? Yeah, one of the reasons, along with a bad defense, bad decor, bad special teams. Peter, got to see Rathbone. Eventually, Burrows and Hunt did a lot of bad pinches this road trip. Yeah, and Rathbone has a bit more of the speed to make up for that. Elias, Oilers have a press conference tomorrow, so maybe something will be announced, but hopefully isn't, so the Canucks have a greater chance to make the playoffs. Oh, I didn't know they have another press conference scheduled tomorrow. Interesting. Victor, we got 5 points out of the wildcard spot. We can still sneak in. Yeah, but we got to pass 5 teams, though. That's the thing, right? But I like that optimism. Carol, Fangirl, I don't know. He is right now in Pittsburgh. Patrick Alvin. Marcus, I'm so sick of COVID. Yes, you and me both. Lucas, I guess Edmonton has been spoiled by these false hopes. Nice. Edmund, I think Canucks can carry this momentum. That was Petey's best game of the season. For now, I think once top players get going along with Demko, we should win versus the Preds. Yeah, they're Predators. We should be able to beat them. I'm not going to say we should beat them, but we were able to beat them. Brian, I heard something about Bo Horvat won a contract extension of a long-term deal around $7 million is worth it. Brian, I haven't heard that, but I wouldn't be surprised if Demko, Miller, and Besser all want $7 million deals. Who was your favorite coach that has coached the Canucks? I've always liked Alain Vigneault. Edmund, off topic, I get informed that gyms will reopen on Wednesday. I could see the way that Dr. Bonnie Henry and Adrian Dix did the COVID modeling on Friday. I think that was a precursor to a lessening of restrictions that we will hear on Tuesday, but we will see. But thanks, Edmund, for that. How'd you get that inside scoop? That's kind of cool. Shannon, what is your thought about maybe getting Sean Burke, not Steve, but Sean Burke as GM? As Coach Rob said, he had jail time a long time ago, and he is from the early days, so he thinks it would not be good. Burke's okay. He's worked with Team Canada. I don't know a lot about his legal troubles, but most people deserve a second chance. I just don't know if he's the best candidate. By the way, I'm very lightheaded. I don't think I've been eating enough. I had a light dinner at around 6. Hopefully I won't pass out right in the middle of our stream here. Or I can just go grab a snack real quick. But it's kind of rude for me to be eating while I'm talking to you guys, right? Sick. Hey, Clay, hope things are going well. According to calculations, the Canucks will make the playoffs if they win 29 in the next 44. That's 2/3. Yes. My calculations actually say 27, 14, and 3. If 27, 14, and 3, that gives you 57 points. That gives you 94 points total, because they have 37 points in 38 games. So yeah, whether it's 29 wins and no extra time losses, that's the same math as mine, 27, 14, and 3. I don't like their chances. I'm always hopeful, but I think that's a lot of games to win against some really good teams still. Adam, what a win. Yes, how good does this feel? Really good. So proud of Petey and the group for overcoming yet more frustration. Yeah, Petey did not have the best time yesterday, that's for sure. Coach Rob, he's from Sweden, but now with Pittsburgh as an assistant. Thank you, Coach Rob. That's Patrick Alvin. Victor, Oilers are not a playoff team, in my opinion. No elite goalie, terrible bottom 6. Basically, it's McDavid and Draisaitl. Hopefully, they can slide down more. And Clay, will Ducks be top of Pacific? No, I still think it's going to be Vegas, top of Pacific, but I do agree. I would love the Oilers to slip even more. Easton, do you think Mott is a good trade bait this deadline? He is, because he can help a team, and he's probably going to get a raise over his $1.25 million salary. So that will be one to watch for sure. Marcus, we really need someone like Delzato on the defensive side. Oh, no, not this again. Can you see Edmonton trading as a seller? I can, Lucas, if they're not in the playoff race next month, in a month's time. Seek, did you hear about betting on empty book? No, I did not, and I'm not sure if I'd buy that. Funk you think teammates would look happier for Petey after his first goal, but they didn't seem to care. I didn't see the second Petey goal, but it's probably me over it. Yeah, Funk you. I think, I didn't notice that, to be honest with you. I don't know if they're not going to be jumping up and down or whatever. So I think it's okay. Will Sutter return this year? Dustin, if I had to guess, my bet would be no. Coach Rob says have the snack. I might. Lucas, it looks like it for real this time. Oh, talking about COVID. Not rude, get comfy. Thank you, Adam. See, who's your all-time favorite Canucks coach in terms of shootout selections? Willie was pretty good. Yeah, admittedly, I didn't study that, so I don't know, but I'll take your word that Willie was good. And in one of the gyms that I train at, emailed my trainer and his company and informed one of the gyms that I train at, emailed by trainer and his company and informed them that they are prepared to reopen on Wednesday. I also emailed to ask if this could change at any time. Very good. That's good, Edmonton. I'm not Edmonton. That's good, Edmund. I'm happy for you. Or to skip the dishes, 20 nuggets. Ugh, that's not good for my diet at 10:30 p.m. Victor Clay, do you think Rutherford get any good trades? I know he's done decent and bad trades in the past. He did it with Philly, Justin Schultz. Yeah, I'm confident that he can do good trades, especially with another person coming to help him. I just don't know if we're going to be sellers or buyers at the deadline. My guess is sellers. Sick, I was checking though if they more postponed games to May. The last 12 to 13 games are very easy. Do you think that'll be enough to propel them in the postseason? It depends on where they are in the standings, right? That's tough. Clay, you love Del Zotto. Admit, fine, Marcus, you got me. I love Del Zotto. Victor sent James Neal to Nashville for Patrick Hornquist and Nick Smalley. That is a good trade. JT Miller, Ian McIntyre really needs to understand what questions to ask when he keeps asking Petey negative questions in the post game. Clay, it makes him mad. You know, I really like Ian McIntyre, so I did not listen to the post games though. I will make sure that I check those out. Luke, Edmund, any word? Can we play Sutter on LTIR? I think he is already on LTIR. I don't think he's counting towards our salary right now. I don't see Canucks wanting Sutter back. Now he's injury prone. Yeah, it's too bad because we had him a good contract this year. Canucks fan Nhl, who do you think will be traded by the Canucks by the end of the trade deadline? If anyone, I think it'll be Tyler Mott, if anyone. Do you think the Oilers should be demoted to the AHL? Not yet, Lucas. Sick, by the way, any update on packaging the jersey to the address I gave you? Is it on its way? I'm talking, good question, Sick, because you didn't come down this week. I didn't have the urgency, but I will definitely, I just got to connect with Jason. Jason hasn't been feeling well this week, so I'll connect with Jason and I promise you we'll have it at that address pretty soon. Are you coming down soon, Seek? Let me know. But yes, we will take care of that for sure. Did you vote for JT Miller's last man? Of course, Tayeb. Are you glad Stan Smeel got his promotion? Yeah, I think it's good for him. He's been a loyal soldier for many years. Why Mott? It's because he is one of the guys with no trade protection. He's a UFA. He may be due a small raise, but he might be worth it, and he'll be attractive to another team. Seek, what if Edmonton drops so far they get Shane Wright? Oh, yeah, can you imagine if they have McDavid, Draisaitl, and Wright? Edmund, I hope Mott resigns, but would you be upset the Canucks do trade him? I wouldn't be upset depending on the return we get back. Okay, give me 30 seconds. I'm going to go grab something real quick to eat. Give me 30 seconds. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm back. Lucas Clay, here's a proposition. ECHL gives you a team, whatever you want. No YouTube affiliation. Oh, no YouTube affiliation is up to you. Would you take it? Yeah. I would love the challenge of building a team. Maybe. Actually, I got to think about it. I really like this YouTube thing too. Zach, who else do you want to win last minute and Miller doesn't? Ooh. You mean for Pacific? I think we need another defenseman. There's only one on the team right now. Pacific last man in. Let's go with. If I had to pick Pacific Division last man in, I don't want another Edmonton guy. I don't want another Vegas guy. Troy Terry, Matthew Tkachuk, Darnell Nurse, Drew Doughty, Logan Couture, Giordano, JT Miller, or Marshall Stone. I'll go Giordano. I like Giordano. He's a defenseman. Or Troy Terry. I don't want Tkachuk, Nurse, or Doughty. Marshall Stone. I don't mind Logan Couture, actually. Hello, I knew I was going to have trouble. Probably pretty rude with me just chewing into the microphone. Hello, Nick. Nice to see you. Nhl, will Hallett become a free agent? Yes, he's only signed for this 1 year. Marcus, hypothetical, but how would you feel about a Johnny Klingberg for OEL trade? Klingberg for Mizey. I like Klingberg's game. I know it's hypothetical because of all the money involved, but I do like Klingberg's game. If it was 1-for-1, I'd do it because he's a lot younger than those two guys. JT Miller could sign Mott for under $2 million. Yeah, we should be able to. He'll want a raise, but not a huge raise. Victor, hey Clay, Canucks hoping to add another mobile defenseman. I would love that. We have one in Jack Rathbone. He's just not experienced yet. Coach Rob, what happens, Clay? Yeah, I'm fine. I just went to go get some food. I'm not sure if you stepped away for a second, Rob, and you came back and I wasn't here. 6, still not feeling too well. Won't be coming down with it. Will be quite comforting to know that the package has been arrived whenever it's been delivered. No problem. Don't worry, Sick. We're not going to stiff you on this. You know where to find me. Don't worry. We'll take care of it. Fangirl, do you think Besser's contract negotiations will take a while? I think it's going to be a very complicated negotiation. I really do. Because of how young he is, how important he is, and how expensive his contract is going to be. I do think it'll take a while. Good question, Fangirl. Tasty Twins, who would Canucks have to back up Demko if Hallett goes Spencer Martin? Next year, I think they're paving the way for DiPietro. Next year. Victor saw Ovi and Pods, legend meet rookie. Hopefully Pods takes us forward next decade. Yeah, that's a pretty cool picture for sure. Go Canucks, go. I agree, Tyler. See, I'll talk, but does anyone know what the deal is with Darnell Nurse's eyebrow? I can't really speak on eyebrows. My eyebrow game is not great. Lucas, Clay, would you like to see a hockey league based on fan control football? Look it up. Really cool concept. Okay. I can't answer yet because I don't know what that is, but I will look it up. FMD, what do you think of the All-Star game adding the breakaway event and styrofoam targets back to accuracy? I like the breakaway event. Styrofoam targets, yeah. I get where it's a bit more of a pain to clean up, but I'm all for tradition that way. Clay, what are your top 3 Vezina candidates? Vasilevsky, Bobrovsky, and whoever Colorado's goalie is right now. Those 3 guys. Demko, I think, could be in the mix as well. Oh, Coach Rob is getting more apple juice. No problem. Actually, let's look at the NHL goalie stats right now. That's a good question. Stats. Goalies. Oh, I didn't know Shesterkin was doing so well. Freddie Anderson. Okay. Markstrom might get some votes. Wow. Actually, there's a lot of really good goalies this year. Yeah, I think Vasilevsky is really good, though. Bobrovsky has a lot of wins. He's got like 19 wins. UC Saros out of Nashville. Bobrovsky, Jack Campbell. Wow, there's a lot of good goalies. Kemper 17-5. Wow. As I continue to munch in the microphone. Not munch the microphone. Hello, Duffman. Marjorie, Hey, nice to see you, Marjorie. Nice to see you, Duffman, too. How are you? What games are you planning to go to? I'm actually going to this Friday against the Panthers. I have the Van City Experts seats, courtesy of Jason. And then on Sunday against the Blues, I'm in my regular seat. So I'll be going to the next two. We also got news that my season ticket partner Mike and I, we get to crank the siren at one of the games. Not before the game, because we're not like a healthcare hero or anything like that. Although Mike's a teacher. But we get to crank it in between, before this second or third period, which is kind of cool. We're doing the Washington Capitals game on March 11th. Edmund, if Letang is a UFA and given Rutherford connections, do you think Rutherford or the next GM would target him? Oh, I really like Letang. How old is he now? But I really like Letang. I like that idea. Yeah, Coach Rob, great minds think alike. We both went to go get refreshments. Beer. That was good, Shannon. Victor, Sean Burke emerges as name for Vancouver Canucks GM as search narrows. Yeah, the three names I've heard are Alvin, Mellenby, and Sean Burke. Thank you. It's so offensive that you would eat while talking to put the chips down. Okay, here come all the bad comments. I'm eating nuts right now. Easton, do you think Vancouver media is too negative, like Drance and J-Pat? I don't think J-Pat's negative. I've found him to be very fair, actually. Drance, I think he does it a bit as a bit of a shtick. Some people really like him and like his analysis. Others think that he's way too negative. I always say this. The Canucks overall in the past under Benning's tenure, haven't given the Canucks fans a lot and the media a lot to be positive about, quite frankly. And they've given Pettersson his due, Demko his due, Hughes his due, but wins and losses, there hasn't been a lot of positive things to talk about. It could be the way that they do it or the way they interact. I know Drance is very combative with fans on Twitter, so I actually don't put them in the same category. I think J-Pat's okay. I do think Drance and Sakaris, although I like them both and they've both been supporters of me on this channel, I think they're a little bit more negative. What do you think, Easton? Let me know what you think. Seek, do you see Sportsnet showing a replay of Game 7 against the Hawks? No, I did not see that. Piano by Sam, or Piano Boy Sam. Nice. Play, bench, cut, Hughes. Huh? Play, bench, cut, Hughes, Fox, McCarr? What does that mean? Play, bench, cut, Hughes, Fox, McCarr. Those are all three of the good players, but let me know what that means, Piano. Zach, what team do you think Petey would get traded to? It's so hard to speculate. The question's fine. You could say any of the 31 teams would like Petey, so that's really tough to say. Fangirl, can anyone help me? I have a pop-up on my iPod Touch that says this accessory may not be supported normally. I can tap dismiss it. Normally goes away, but this time it's stuck on that. Just when we're done, Fangirl, or just reboot. That's the safest. Predictions for next game: 5-2 Canucks. Justin, Lucas, Clay, would you ever go watch a game of 3-on-3 hockey with former hockey players? Yeah, I would watch that. Don't know much about Michael DiPietro, but is he someone who the Canucks are trying to develop to play soon? Yes. The thought in signing Hallett for only a year was to go Demko DiPietro next year. Angus, do you think Rutherford could trade Myers if we can find a dance partner? It's a tough contract to trade, $6 million for a few more years. That's tough. And I think Rutherford and Boudreau really like Myers. I really do. Edmund, yeah, restarting. Sebastian, hey Clay, hi Sebastian. You munch away, no problem. How scary was that Cozen skate to the face yesterday on PD? Very scary. That could have been horrific. And then today 2 goals. Will you go point a game from now on? I would take 0.6 or 0.7 points per game from now on, a 60-point pace as opposed to a 40-point pace. But yes, I hate seeing skates. I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often, honestly, with the amount that guys fall over and the guys fall to the ice. Yeah, very scary. Very, very scary. Victor, Quinn Hughes should have made All-Star. So disrespected. How does Vegas defenseman get in? Yeah, it's tough. But remember, it's tough to justify the Canucks getting 2 players in when they're the second worst team in the division when the voting happened. Did Nurse ever get cut on the eyebrow? I have to check it out. Hello, Brian. Jack Campbell is playing well. Yes. Demko's top 4. Says Victor. Fangirl. Yeah, I would just reboot if you can. Marcus, drinking Guinness and I have class tomorrow morning at 7. Hey, we're not here to judge. You sound like a pretty smart guy, despite your love for Del Zotto. Jeremy, amazing to see Petey do something today. Hope this is a push you needed. Welcome, Jeremy. And yes, I agree. Coach Rob, can you still helping Coach Fangirl? No problem. Wait, why isn't Markstrom going to the All-Star game? Yes, he started the year really well. He's come back to earth a little bit. And I guess that they think Goudreau is having a better season. Thanks for liking the video, Brian. Be like Brian and like the video. Random contest in 5 minutes. Hi, Clay. Victor, Canucks now 100%. Still 50 as of now, but they may change that announcement on Tuesday. We will see. Hello, Mike again. Tasty, we are going to Panthers too. Nice. Maybe I'll see you there. Sick. Could you elaborate on the impromptu contest? No, I will in 4 minutes. Sick. Why would I elaborate now when I've said 10:40? So it'll be at 10:40 very soon. Letang is 34. Yeah, that's a little old. Okay, Marcus, there we go. I was waiting. I can tell you're the same age as my kids because they would say the exact same thing. Seek, if JT Miller is traded for futures, do you think Rutherford targets Malkin out of UFA? Maybe both Malkin and Letang. I don't know. I don't know if that's Rutherford's MO is to get older. I don't know. It'd be fun, but that's too much money, I think. Duffman, if McDavid wants to trade, I hope he wants to come to Vancouver. 31 teams would love him. Carol, yeah, helping Fangirl. Yes, 10:40. What's the deal with that Edler stick guy on Twitter? Why do him and Drancer always get in arguments? Yeah, Drancer ends up arguing with a lot of people. Petey was lucky today, says Al. It's fine with me. FMD, Florida is looking so strong. Do you see them continuing the success in the playoffs? I think Florida and Tampa, that's going to be such a battle to come out of that division. Florida looks great, but I think Tampa has got the experience, and I think that counts for a lot. No problem, Mike. I got my snack. Thank you. Brian, do you see any pending free agents you'd like to be added to the Canucks? Brian, that's something I have to look at. I haven't really studied the free agent list just yet, but that's something I will do in the next few weeks for sure. So I can't really say right now. Sorry for the horrible answer. Piano Boy, who would you play? Who would you bench? Who would you cut? Oh, I see what you mean. If I had to pick, I would play Makar. If I had to, you guys, this is so bad. I'd play Makar and I'd bench. Fox is so good too. No, but I love Hughes. I would play Makar, bench Hughes, and cut Makar. And cut Fox. But that won't happen, obviously. Desmond says Petey's not getting traded. Play bench cut. Yes, Dogwood, I'm not very cool, so it took me a while to figure that out. Any old school jersey other than the Canucks that you hope to? Yeah, the Quebec Nordiques one, I thought it's awesome. I really like it when they went reverse retro, when Colorado went reverse retro with that one. Petey comeback season, McKinnon 2.0. I like it. Carol, with all these young players like Petey and Hughes and our captain, all these young players that we got, do you think we can sign them all to long term? Well, Hughes has already signed long term. Petey, Best, or Horvat, all going to be interesting if you try and do all three. What's your contest? You'll find out in a minute, Jogpaul. Fangirl. Easton. I like the Van cast. Both transfer far and keep ripping on the team, but they have evidence. Yeah, I think Farhan's pretty good. Miller and a first for McDavid. I don't think that's enough. Edmonton would say no. What's your favorite Canucks jersey? Black skate. Who do you think the next captain of the Canucks will be? If Petey's still around when Horvat's gone, but that's tough to say. So I fell a few minutes behind, so I may have to just cut my losses here. Although, Justin says, do you think the bad breaks Petey had last game with the near skate cut, the broken stick, and the trip helped him to get fired up? I definitely think he was fired up for sure. Funk Hughes sometimes browse Hockey DB and look at random average players. Can you remember what the Taylor Pyatt was on the... No, I remember Pyatt. I can't believe he scored 23 goals. Taylor Hall got cut by skate 10 years ago. Yes. Seek says, why would you elaborate now? because I asked the question like over 5 minutes ago. Why would I elaborate now? Not sure what you're asking there. Good job by the Canucks. Any insights on the Canucks? Radio writes, yeah, I read that it might not be a slam dunk for Rogers, so we'll see. But I don't have any inside information. I think they should stay with Rogers. I'm not sure what CKW could do any better. Okay. Sorry, guys. I want to honor the 1040. So I'm sorry if you guys put some questions in and I didn't get to them. But you guys can continue to keep talking amongst yourselves. So this is an easy one. I'll explain to you what we're going to do. And I'm going to use a link again that I'm going to leave open for... Probably leave it open for the rest of the stream. So I'll close it at 11. So you don't have to rush and do it right now, but you can. And all you have to do actually is you may have noticed behind me, you may have noticed something different behind me on my wall. So if you go, Jasper, good timing. So if you go to that website that I just put in the chat, it's my typical website where I've been running all my contests recently. I probably have to change it up soon. I think I got a notice saying I've used up. So the question is, how observant are you? So enter your name, enter your YouTube handle, enter your phone number, enter your email. And then the question is simply what is different about my wall today? What is different about my wall today? And it says be as specific as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm not drawing tonight. So, but I am cutting this contest off at 11. So go in the next 18 minutes now. So if you're not smart enough, if you do it where you have the browser open in a different browser and you don't lose the stream, then that's the best. But if you end up, if you click away onto the link and then you leave the stream, that's fine too. You do what you got to do. But I'm only going to leave it up until 11 o'clock because I don't want people to see this after the stream and then enter late. So I'm cutting off at 11. The question is simply, what is different about my wall? Be as specific as possible. So there's something different about the wall behind me. Some of you may have noticed already. Zoom members, you may have noticed when we had our chat earlier. You may have noticed when we did our post-game live stream, and I haven't drawn attention to it yet aside from right now. So the question is, what is different about my wall? And I'm not going to give the answer. I'm not going to award the prize to the person who writes the longest answer. So don't write me like a 500-page essay on one or two things that are different. But if you can say more than just, I noticed this. Like kind of describe it to me and just put more detail than I noticed this, but don't write me a 500-word essay either. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to award it to the most creative answer. I'm going to award a prize to the most accurate. No, not the most accurate. I want it to be accurate, but it doesn't have to be massively detailed. I think that's the best way to put it. You guys are saying, Clay, that is probably the worst explanation ever. I would agree with you. That is probably the worst explanation ever. But the question is, what's different about my wall? And I'm asking you to be as specific as possible without writing me a long essay. I should have put a maximum character length in the answer, but I didn't. So I'll leave that up to you. Yeah, it's too late. Dang it. Oh well. It'll be fine. Linear scale, yeah. Too late. Okay, that's fine. I'm sure you guys will make it work. So that's it. What I'll do is at 11 o'clock, I'll cut it off, and then I will look at the answers, and I'll probably. So here's the thing. This is funny. I'm kind of, you're hearing my thought process. If I do draw live on Wednesday night on my stream, then I think I might have people complaining, "Hey, how come I didn't get entered?" But then if I don't do the draw live on my stream on Wednesday, people will ask if they even got entered, or they might not think it's fair. So I got to think about this. I do got to think about this. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? This is what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to take I don't know. It's funny. It's funny how I haven't even said what the prize is. That's true. Yeah. Good question. The prize will be a gift certificate of some sort. So it's not like tickets to a game. This is a very small contest, right? This is so impromptu. So this is a very small contest. It'll be like a gift cert to Amazon or to Starbucks or something. I don't even know the amount yet. I'll see how generous I'm feeling on Wednesday. But what I'll do is I'll award it on the stream on Wednesday. That's what I'll do. I will put in as many accurate entries. As long as your entry is factually accurate, you're going to get in. That's what I'm going to do. As long as your answer is factually accurate, I will put it in. I'll enter your name. I will do the draw on Wednesday night during my stream. And then by then I'll know what I'm giving away. It'll be worth your while. It won't be like something stupid. But at the same time, you don't have to be on the stream on Wednesday night to win, because that'd be kind of cheap if I said, "Oh, you have to be there on Wednesday night to win." So probably the most confusing contest ever. Sorry guys, I know my contests are already confusing, but this one is simple. Go to that website, answer the question as what is different about my wall, be as specific as possible. If you are accurate in your answer, I will enter you into a draw on Wednesday night during my live stream, which I don't know what I'm awarding yet, but it'll be open to people who don't live here. That's fine. It'll be a gift cert of some sort. And then you do not have to be present on my live stream to win. Okay, does that make sense? Thank you. Thank you for putting up with me. Again, I will cut that off at 11 o'clock. I took 6 minutes to explain that. It was probably 3 minutes too long, but at least there shouldn't be any debate. And I've got 12 entries in so far. Oh, Justin, good question. Yes, it's what's on the screen right now. Yes, there's no trick to it. And it's not my table. It has to do with my wall, the wall right behind me. Okay, let's get back to your questions. It can be hockey. No, let's go to Ask Me Anything now. We did half an hour of Canucks and hockey related. Let's go to Ask Me Anything for the last 10 or 12 minutes. So not Canucks, not hockey related, but I reserve the right to answer those questions too if I want. So what's the prize? Don't know yet. Should we enter if you're not in Vancouver? Yes, you can. Just do it Wednesday. Yep. Good. I love how people talk about what they're studying. That's nice. Sharm say Clay, hope as well. You too. Will we see Rittich in net, do you think, for Nashville, since they have Saros playing most likely tomorrow against the Blues? Oh, yeah, they're going back to back. Then that's a good point. Then we'll likely see Rittich, because Saros, the Blues, will be a big divisional game for them. Great point, Sharms. I never thought about that. No problem, Zach. Thanks. Yeah, Arso, it's easy if you're here all the time. If you're not here all the time, then you have to get a little bit resourceful. Now, I think it's pretty easy to figure out what's new on my wall, but we'll see. We'll see. How would I rate Spider-Man, says Fangirl. Hey, that's a question I asked Parker today. I liked it, and you guys know I didn't have the knowledge or the history that many people do. I enjoyed it very much, so I'll give it an A. I was very entertaining. Can we ever do a hockey trivia Kahoot? We could seek. I'd get killed, but it's for you guys. Yeah, that's something that I might do going forward. That's a great idea. Marjorie, I heard a rumor that Hoglander was supposed to be benched in today's game if Garland was not in COVID protocol. Yeah, someone said that on my stream post game, and I guess it makes sense given that 2 games ago Hoglander only got 9.5 minutes, and the way they lined up, he took Garland's spot, and Chason came in, so maybe that is true. If that's true, if it's only for 1 game, I don't have a problem with it. You don't want to be benching young guys for too long, though. Edmund, you know what food I was going to... you know what? Sorry. You know what food I am going to ask what you ate today? Start again. You know what food I'm going to ask is what you ate today. Yeah. You guys, I cannot read. I think I'm This hunger is getting in my head. I'll try that one more time, Edmund. Your typing is fine. My interpretation is horrible. Oh, you know what food I am going to ask what you ate today. There, that's better. Yes, for lunch, we had a steak, mashed potatoes, and salad. And then for dinner, no carbs, I had pork and zucchini and onions. Oh, Dogwood, you gave away the strategy. Just kidding. Well, I'll be watching. Brian entered, which is good. Jaskrin, we have bad luck against backups, so Riddich will probably beat us. Charms, are you catching the football games? Yes. I actually don't care who wins the Super Bowl, but I hope it's going to be a Green Bay, Kansas City Super Bowl, actually. I don't hate the Titans, but I think Green Bay, Kansas City would be a lot of fun. Or even a Tampa, Kansas City one. Green Bay, Tampa, if that's the NFC Conference Final, is going to be a lot of fun. And yes, I watched all the I knew of a lot of the football games. Watched the end of Dallas, San Fran. That was crazy. Dogwood, Nancy Pelosi had the same contest from her office last year. Is that a joke about the insurrection? That was pretty funny, Dogwood. Yeah, Seek, I hope you get better soon, man. Nick, hopefully the end of Petey's 2-year slump. Oh, when you put it that way, that sounds so sad. Kel, has Hoglander been playing so bad that he deserves a benching? Maybe if Boudreaux is looking to change some things up. He hasn't been playing bad, but he hasn't been playing great. No sushi, not any sushi today, but we did take out some frozen salmon sashimi from the freezer. I'm taking it for work tomorrow. Raspberry, what do you think of IMAX question to Petey? Raspberry, someone else mentioned that. I have not listened to it yet, but it sounds like he made Petey upset, or at least it was kind of more. But I think IMAX is a pretty fair reporter. I will have to check it out later today. Will we ever see Jim Benning back here? I don't know. Marcus, when you picking the winner? I'm not sure if you heard. I said it a couple times. Wednesday. What were your thoughts on the last second play in the game of the Dallas game? Yeah, Sharms, I think Tony Romo nailed it. It was a good aggressive play by Dak Prescott, but he went too far. He should have gone down 2 or 3 seconds earlier, and that way spiked the ball. It was unfortunate, but yes, the rule is the umpire has to touch the ball. And I mentioned this right at the start of the stream. Umpire did everything he could, save from sliding underneath everyone's legs to get there. So it was unfortunate for Dallas, but it was the right call. Oh, weird. I should message Mira. Ovi is her favorite player. Ovi is her favorite player for sure. Broken Heart says for Dallas, says Nick. Brian, do you remember the Vancouver Grizzlies? Did you ever go watch a game? I certainly remember them. I had a jam pack, so I went to 11 games a year. Didn't have seasons, but I went to 11 games a year. FMD likes to bowl too. Nice. Never in a league. Is it hard on the arms and wrist to bowl a lot? I don't know. I bowl quite a bit. So do Sean and Jacob, even more than, and none of us have had any wrist or arm problems. You see a lot of people that wear wrist guards and everything. They look like the Bionic Man with a metal arm almost. But no, I think if you are in decent shape or in good shape and you stretch properly, it's hard on. You can strain anything, your arm, your leg, your knee, but we've been lucky so far. How much can you bench press and deadlift? Funk you? Hardly anything. I have a pretty weak upper body. I have strong legs. I know deadlift has a little bit to do with legs too, obviously, but I've never actually worked out with a trainer where we actually maxed out my bench press or my deadlift. So I don't know. Probably not that much, to be honest with you. Probably not that much. Funk you, are you, I know Edmund is into lifting. Are you into lifting as well? Stats Machine, when are you thinking about doing the spin the wheel where the winner you call Canucks fan again? Stats Machine, I do that on Friday nights. So I did that on January 5th or January 7th, my first one. I didn't do one this past Friday because I called my mom and I called Justin. But no, that's my plan, is to do that every Friday night. So not Sunday, not Wednesday, but that's part of Friday Night Live. Wendy's or Burger King? Marcus, I'm going Burger King. Saying that Riddich is bad. Similar to Brian's question, would you want the Grizzlies to return to Vancouver? Jaskrin, absolutely, yes. Brian, what's the secret to a happy marriage? Sacrifice, stripping away your pride, communication, trust. Carol, play. I made a mistake when I signed. When I entered, I gave you the wrong email. That's okay, Carol. I know where to find you. No problem. Sebastian, what are the Canucks playoff chances now of playoffs? How many wins? I pegged them as they got to go 28, 17, and 3. Sorry, 27, 17, and 3. 27 wins in their final 44 games. That gets you to 94 points. Nick says RIP Cowboys. Yes, Nathan, Gravity might not be happy. I agree. 5 gutter shots in one game. That's no problem, Marcus. Next game you'll get 4 gutter balls and then less and less. That's fine. I'm glad you went bowling. What was your final score, Marcus? Do you remember? Have you ever dropped a bowling ball on your foot? No, not yet. I've certainly brushed my leg and dropped in the gutter, but never on my foot. Thank goodness. Doozy with sushi and Bertuzzi's jacuzzi. Long time no see and great win. Edmund, my bench press is weak compared to my squat and deadlift. I'm still aiming for a 225 bench press. That sounds pretty good. I can only do 195. That still sounds really good. Is it true you're supposed to bench press your own weight? Then I'm nowhere close. Who will be the goal scorers for the Canucks on Tuesday? I say Petey scores another couple. Then we say he's out of his slump. I say Miller scores. Then let's give one to Podkolzin and Besser. 5-2 Canucks. Would it be fun to do a video collab with Urinating Tree? Yeah, I don't know enough about Urinating Tree's channel. I have to go look. Happy marriage is money. That's probably how Louis... Very good, Seek. Gail didn't marry me for my money. That's for sure. Marcus Clay, what would you say to someone who's slowly falling out of their faith and aren't sure what to do? Talk to people. Talk to people who are involved in their faith and pray with them and talk to them. That's what I would do. Funku and Naslin had a pretty decent year for the Rangers' final NHL year. He played one more year in Sweden. Again, was good. Could he have made a difference as a bottom 6 scoring option? Yeah, I can't remember how well he was playing. Yeah, I don't know. Does he have a bottom 6 type of game, though? Good question, though. Okay. FMD, I'll hold you to it. Pearson and Chashan scoring on Riddich. When bowling Toronto, did they say I got mid-60s? Okay, that's not so good then. Triathletes are garbage at bowling. Oh, I didn't know you were a triathlete. That's pretty cool. That's awesome, Marcus. I'm sure you're in much better shape than I am, for sure. Hey, Jay, nice to see you. By the way, does Pods remind you of younger you? Bertuzzi? Not yet. Maybe. Also, Clay, when you said stripping, answering that question, I was scared for a second. What did I say? Strip down? Call Tyler Myers. Jaskrin, have you thought of a collab with any hockey YouTubers? Melody Martin, yes. I've collabed with Gravity a couple times. I've had him on my channel. Melody, she's been in my mean comments video. And Hockey Guy, no. Although some people have suggested it for sure. But I do like collabs. They got to make sense though. Yes, Arcel Doozy is a veteran. He just hasn't been around for a bit. Garland is indeed in COVID protocol, Sebastian. He'll be 5 days before he comes out, but I don't know if he's going to have to do more times when he comes over the border. Wow, Carol, your best game was 202 in 10-pin? That's awesome. Yes, I'm a 10-pin bowler, not a 5-pin bowler. Hey, Hot Take, nice to see you. Oh, I'm just winding down, Hot Take, but nice that you are here. Glad to see you. as I wrap up in the next couple minutes. Canuck Clay and the hockey guy video would be elite. Yeah, you know, a couple people have asked about that, but we'll see. I do have respect for him. And speaking of massive YouTubers, I have huge respect for Hot Take. Hot Take and I have collabed on almost half a dozen videos now, which is pretty cool. Marcus, massive burger with fries for supper, drinking a Guinness. Wow. Well, maybe you just have good metabolism for sure. Have you ever thought of making a podcast? Marjorie, I've been a part of 2. I actually started Canucks Hockey Blog, the C4 podcast. C4 actually stood for Chris and Clay's Canucks Commentary. So it's the CCCC. That's where C4 comes from, not the explosives. So I actually started that podcast with Chris, and it's still going now on Canucks Hockey Blog. And then obviously with Parker. Yeah, you know, I know it's probably pretty... I hope I'm not insulting anyone when I say it. It's probably pretty easy to do, i.e. just convert what I do here to podcast. But I kind of like what I'm doing on YouTube, and I always try to be different with the Zoom interviews and with the live streams and the contests and Friday Night Live and the parody songs. So I think I want to focus there as opposed to doing a podcast. But thanks for asking, Marjorie, if you're suggesting that I should do one, or maybe you're telling me, yeah, no, don't do one because I won't listen. When do you think Klimovich will get a chance to be in the roster? Probably still 2 or 3 years away. Yes, give some love to Hot Take. John is definitely a legend. Preferred type of bowling, 5-pin, 10-pin. Yeah, the strategy is completely different. 5-pin, you want to be going straight and hard. Bowling, that is. 10-pin, you want to put hook on the ball. By the way, Kel, go check out my kids' channel, JR Pro Shop Vids. It's awesome. They have 17,000 subscribers, 17,000, so they're double my size, and they make awesome videos. When is my next Zoom interview? Mike, I haven't actually scheduled one in a while, so we'll see. No, not 1 more hour. As much as I love Hot Take, I got to get going. I got stuff to do, including getting my steps. That game was 65 score for bowling. Yikes, that's tough, Marcus. Can the Canucks weaponize the COVID protocol and get opposing players sick in critical games? I'm not sure if that's the best strategy. Do I think Hamonic will be back on Friday? I don't think yet, because I don't think he's even practicing yet sick. No, not going to midnight tonight. I've already done a stream and a member Zoom call. God bless you too, Brian. Concerns on Klimo getting benched? Nope. Just as if Hoglander got benched 1 game or a few games as a young player isn't that bad. No, he cannot. Oh, thanks, Shannon, for answering. Funky Clay, if you had a podcast on top of all these streams and Zooms, you're going to bring yourself out, man. Yeah, that's one thought, too, is I got to, I'm always checking in with Gail and the kids to make sure that it's a tough word, but that I'm not neglecting them or that I'm giving them the first fruits of my time and energy, for sure. Well, you guys, I think that's a great place to end. Speaking of time and energy, because I do got to get my steps. I'm only at 6,400, so I got to get 3,600 in the next 55 minutes. Thank you for everyone who entered the contest. I've cut it off now, so I'll take all the responses that are. I just deleted the contest field. So I will draw that winner as part of my Wednesday night live stream. But don't worry, I'm not going to pressure you to be there on Wednesday to win. But if you really want to know now, because I've closed the contest, the answer, before I go, is I added that 4th picture. Now, actually, let's do this before I leave. Give me a sec. I'm going to see if I can do this without wrecking the stream. If I can go to a wider shot. Okay, there. This might bore you, but some of you guys might find this kind of interesting. Prior to today, I used to have only 3 pictures on the bottom row. This one, and this one, because Canuck Clay thumbs up was in the middle. So it used to be 3 on the bottom, 4 in the middle, and 3 on the top. But you guys would never see the top 2 rows because I only show the bottom row. But now I'm showing you the whole wall. So picture this. This picture wasn't here, right? Because there's only these 3 on the bottom. And that Mickey picture was over here. So remember, Mickey was over here. So 1, 2, 3 on the top, the 3 kids. Then it was Mickey, family, me and Gil, right? and then it was 1, 2, 3 on the bottom. A 3, 4, 3. Well, long story short, that picture of my family here, that one, I had it up in my office, but that was when Gail and I, before we had gone on our whole weight loss kick. So Gail has lost 25 pounds now. I've lost 16 pounds. So basically, we look a lot better now. This sounds so vain, but I tell you everything. We look a lot better now than we did back in July when we took that picture. So basically, at work, I put up a newer picture from Christmas where we look better. Some of you have seen that picture. And I brought that one home. But if you picture this, try and picture this. In a 3-4-3, it wasn't, there was no way to put it nice because I can't go 4-4-3 and I can't go 3-4-4 with 11 tiles. So because I'm so smart, I'm not that smart, but I did think, okay, so instead of 3-4-3, now with the next one, I'm going 4-3-4. So I moved Mickey from the middle up to the top, and then I added this. But you guys know you only saw the bottom, so the bottom row. So when I evaluate the answers before Wednesday, what I'll be looking for is, oh, Justin, that's why I asked if it's what I could see now, because I saw the 2 levels before, but only could see the bottom row. So Justin, if you did, it sounds like I'm just talking line combinations. You guys are fine. So Justin, if you're, oh shoot, if anyone answered, Justin, just put in the chat, did you actually answer, I can only see 1 row and not 2? Or did you get it right that you mentioned the new picture? So basically, you guys, the answer that I'm going to be looking for is new picture on the bottom. And if you said family picture, great. If you said whatever. But really, I'm looking for anything that says new picture on the bottom row, 4 pictures on the bottom row, family picture on the bottom row, because generally I don't show the top 2 rows. But now, yeah, there. Now you guys can see the whole wall. Now you can kind of see. So this is where I stream. This is where I study. And I put multiple monitors up here, and I study here. You can see a little bookshelf up there. So now you're getting a better look at my entire room. Okay. Oh, very good. So no, I'm looking forward to reading all your guys' answers. So there's a quick peek into my room here. So yeah, the answer I'll be looking for is new picture, 4th picture, picture of the family, stuff like that. Yes, with the 4-3-4, it feels like a soccer lineup for sure. So you guys, hope you didn't mind that little peek behind the curtain. I think you guys kind of like the different things like that. I know members really like the behind the scenes stuff, and anytime I can do show a different perspective or do something different, I would love to do that. I said the pictures were in a different order. Okay. Technically, they're not in a different order. Carol, I'll have to take that to the judges. Rob says you like this view. Yeah, but now I'm too low. So I'd have to come up like this a little bit, or I can just lower the camera. Yeah, I just feel a little bit far. But we'll see. Okay. Enough things for me to think about. And Jason, thanks for being here. Okay, I better go now because now I just lost 10 minutes to get steps. So moderators, thank you for all your good work. Sponsors, Jason, Advanced City Experts, Perform and Transform, Gassy Jack Art, Monkey 9, thank you. To all members of all levels, thank you. And to all of you guys for being here. You guys know how much I appreciate you as well. As it says on the screen, my next stream is Wednesday night at 10. Even if the Canucks win on Tuesday night, I will not be home to stream. So Wednesday night will be the next stream. However, I will be with Parker tomorrow night for Canucks After Dark at 10 p.m. Okay, I think I should go now. So as always, thank you for being here. Make sure you like the video on your way out. Justin, I didn't even thank you for the donation. I was too worried that I'd put an unfair question in. So Justin, thank you for the donation as well. And this keep Justin in our thoughts and our prayers. Celebrated his birthday on Saturday. Lost his grandfather earlier today. But still, as a trooper, maybe Canucks, maybe this community is one of the things helping Justin get through this difficult time. So thanks everyone for being here. As always, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Like this video on your way out. And consider becoming a member or upgrading. We're up to 57 members on my channel. Having a lot of fun with it as well. Okay, friends, as always, stay safe, stay healthy. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Question for you. What did Spartacus say when the lion ate his wife? Nothing. He was Gladiator. Gladiator. God bless. And go Canucks go. Booyah.